are back with WSJ Lunch Break. I'm Wendy Bounds. More chefs, they are going local. And guys, I mean really local. Some of them growing food in their own backyards. We're going to talk to one right now, Eric Skokan. He is a chef in Boulder, Colorado with 2 restaurants. And we've also got Katy McLaughlin. She's a food and real estate reporter for us here at the Wall Street Journal. She's on the phone. Welcome to both of you. Katy, I want to start with you. Just sort of in your reporting about this issue, are these chefs growing it in their backyard to save money, or is it kind of a marketing chip for them in the restaurant?
Yeah, it's been a little bit of both. I've seen a wide range of reasons they're doing this. But most of them, once they make this investment in getting the farm started, which is kind of pricey, they are definitely hoping that this is going to lower the cost of serving, exquisite farm fresh food and heritage pork and that kind of stuff.
And Eric, you farm about 130 acres out there in Boulder and often base some of your cuisine on the vegetables you grow. But as you found, it can be kind of a stiff learning curve. You have a funny carrot story to share with us, maybe?
Sure. Well, I have, if you had an hour, I probably have 100 different stories to share about learning to farm. Before I knew how to farm, I seeded everything by hand. So I'd walk down the rows and sprinkle the little carrot seeds into the little furrows that I had made. And carrot seeds are minuscule. They're really, really small. And invariably, my hands would drop way too many seeds down the row. And I would have a row of carrots that would look maybe like someone's front lawn, just really thick with thousands, millions of little tiny carrots. I guess the upside is everything germinated. The downside is that I had to individually handful each micro carrot out to leave enough room for all the rest of the carrots to grow. So normally you would grow 1 carrot every maybe 2 or 3 inches, and I had something, I don't know, maybe like 180 per inch or something like that.
So you had a pretty stiff learning curve there. And Katy, with the other chefs you're talking to out there, in addition to Eric, are they telling you that their backyard farms are sort of a laboratory for them to experiment with new things, where it might be kind of tough for them just to go out and find that at the local markets?
Absolutely. These guys are not growing, potatoes and soybeans. They're growing dragon tongue beans and herbs from Peru and all kinds of things that they like to put on their menus to make them look special, and that might not be that easy for them to get in their local market. So they're definitely trying to do the special chefy type stuff.
Eric, how have your diners responded to the fact that you're out there, with blood, sweat, and tears, and weeding and seeding and so forth? I mean, have they sort of gravitated to this, and can you charge more on the menu?
Well, I have been able to charge a little bit more on the menus, but there's always an upper limit to what you can charge. But I think the main thing that I've seen over time is that our customers aren't just customers, they're guests for life. They walk out onto the streets and maybe they're the disciples, spreading the word. And ultimately it comes down to the level of trust that our guests have. And we've taken care of them in the dining room, we've connected with them, and they see the effort that we put forward, not just at the farm, but in the restaurant as well. And, that's ultimately the connection. They know that we value them, and then they, spread the word for us out in the community, which is ideal.
Katy, very quickly, a couple of things to consider if you're thinking about becoming a farmer yourself and you're in the culinary business.
Right, this has been really interesting. Okay, number one, where is the water going to come from? This is what the real estate people who sell these kinds of properties talk about. Where's your water coming from? How much is it going to cost? How long is it going to last? That's super important. Also, different towns have different rules about how many horses you can have on a property. So that's really important to look into. And the third thing is taxes. There are places where if you're doing agriculture, you get a tax abatement. So that's an important piece to look into when you go property shopping.
And Eric, very quickly before I let you go, what is your favorite thing you are most proud of that you grew in your garden?
It's the flowers off of cilantro. When they go to flower, it's coriander flowers, and we sprinkle those with on little dishes. And something I never would have tried before unless I had grown them myself in our farm.
Well, we've been looking at pictures of your farm. It looks beautiful. Eric Skokan, he's a chef out in Boulder, Colorado with 2 restaurants. Thanks for being with us. And of course, Katy McLaughlin, food and real estate reporter at the Wall Street Journal.